talking.
I'll tell you when to start the audio.
One people under one flag. It's time for change, it's time we voting people. Come on, let me fix it. We go fix it. Build a better TNT. Build a we go fix it. We go fix it. Because we voting PEP.
Philip will fix it.
Vote PEP.
All right, so I am hoping that the director has the audio up, everything. Give my thumbs up there. Nice. I'll just put my overlays once again. Again, new in studio, and we are back with a cast of characters. Definitely people that are not accustomed to live broadcasts, because what we say is turn your phone off. But welcome on the inside once again, Trinidad and Tobago. Now back again, I'll go to the other host, Precious CRUICKSHANK, live in studio right now with me. Precious, good night.
Hi, good night everyone. Good night worldwide. Good night people of Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome. We have another What's Next program just for you guys. Sorry we couldn't make it last week, but you know we head down to Oropouche last week.
Were we?
Yeah, were you?
I was in Oropouche. Were we in Oropouche?
Yes,
Yes, David.
Launched at the office in Oropouche.
Oh, shucks.
David has been doing so much. But yes, we were down there last week, and now we're back here in studio. So good night, everyone.
Right. So, right. Oh, that was something, the pep launcher office in Oropouche last week. I forgot completely about that. Sorry to the people of Oropouche. But other than that, we're here once again with Adana Richards. You remember her name today? So Adana Richards is on the inside, as well as Shadow Member of Parliament from Aruga Tableland.
Yeah.
Oh God, the flood-prone area.
Oh yes.
Dion, how are you?
Good night. I'm well. Good night to Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, David was host and co-host, Miss Precious.
Well, I know about the co-host
Adana, good night. You know?
Technically, if Precious don't come, we don't have a show, you know.
Exactly.
So we have
I'll always be here, David.
you know, as we hear, that's a liar, people, because today Precious called me saying, David, we have to do that show today, David. Like, we cancel the show now. I said, cancel what, Precious?
Exactly. David is my motivator when it comes to our shows, guys. Like, I had a headache, and you know what? He's like, you have to find yourself down here. So I said, no problem, David. I will be here for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. But for everyone that is viewing, we would not disappoint you guys. So, David.
We won't disappoint yet. But anyway, we are here, we are live in studio, and there is a lot to go through right now. We left the last episode based off corporal punishment. And ironically, everything that we talk about does automatically happen at least a few days later or a week later, because we saw the issue with the school fight, and we have that image there with the school fight. We have visuals of it, so we can play that. There's no audio on it. All right? So run the visuals of the school fight. The teacher was knocked down, well, not teacher, principal, sorry, was knocked down. This was
Tranquility.
Yes.
Yeah, government secondary
there in Port of Spain. Now, this is just coming off the heels of a school shooting in Rose Hill Primary School, and we were there once again at Rose Hill Primary, and the minister also was there only yesterday. I believe they visited the school, the first reopening of the school. I think it was Monday, so he was there. But anyway, but this is just off the heels of all of that. Now, we spoke about corporal punishment. How do we mitigate things like this from happening in schools? What do we do? As we spoke about, you know, the nuclear parents, the single parents, and all of that kind of household, that environment. We came off of saying that it takes a community to build a child, and this and that and the other, but then right after we see things like this. Now, in my view, I think all of this was happening even before for a while in Trinidad and Tobago. I think with the advent of social media, and now that everyone has a camera phone, a cell phone, that these things are showing more and more. But we cannot dismiss the fact that there's a breakdown somewhere in society.
There's a problem.
And these things are happening too much in Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, it's even worse because a principal was knocked down
exactly.
in this.
Trying to stop the fight, and instead of, stopping, and the students didn't have, before, a few years back, once you see a principal or a dean come in, of course children would scatter, right? And they would go to their respective classrooms or whatever, so they disperse themselves so they wouldn't get caught. But now it's like they have no care at all for no persons in authority, and if we're fighting, you cannot stop us. Just like the guy with the maxi, with the young fellas from, I think it's Carpichama East, where the guy came out to stop the fight because he thought that, he assumed because if he's an adult, they would see him and they would stop. But they didn't stop. They continued. That shows the level of respect that our young people today have for our elders or persons who are supposed to be elders to them. No respect at all. It's lost. And you wonder why, but sometimes you have to understand that some of the elders caused this to happen because they show, you cannot expect a child to give respect and you don't give a child respect either, but it's just lost. Respect is not there anymore. No care is there anymore. And this is the breakdown in our society. Presently, a principal, the highest office in the school, the principal tried to part these children. And instead of parting, she got herself injured in the process.
Yeah. I think the structure of parenting as well as schooling has been broken down along the way. And long time, as you just said, the fact that your principal or dean coming, everybody batting in the crease.
Yes, exactly.
But throughout the years, if it is, we have elders in society, we have leaders in society, we have community leaders, we have pastors, we have police officers, we have the politicians. These individuals not showing or properly leading the way for the children to follow, the younger generation to follow. And when you realize from the top coming down, breaking all the rules and breaking all the laws and being unethical and all of this, and what you're leaving for the younger ones to do, is a simple case of do as I say but not as I do. It can't work like that.
Yes.
Children learn from their elders, and I think that is the problem. And until we fix the head, nothing could take place at the bottom. The bottom will fall apart continuously.
That is so true.
Yeah.
That is so true. And to see that, as you stated, you have to fix the head. The ones in authority, they are not setting any example for our young people.
Yeah.
Absolutely none.
Yeah.
And you cannot tell in these days and time, you can't tell a young child, don't lie or don't steal or don't do this, and then they're looking at you and you are doing exactly what you're telling them not to do, right? And then, of course, people or the senior ones would say, well, I had to do this because, but then they'll say, well, I have to do this because too. So there should never be a because when it comes to integrity, when it comes to you standing for what is right.
Absolutely.
And if you are standing for what is right, then also the young ones will follow, right?
Absolutely.
Do you think that it is because of the level of social media? Social media can also bring a positive as well as a negative.
That is true.
Right now,
yeah.
For years, things have been introduced like Nickelodeon, different things like that to children, where long time Sesame Street was more for grooming, how to say programming for children in the morning time. Now there's a different type of programming. So the children that are coming now as well are learning from the American style. Now remember, American children, a lot of people don't like to admit to this, but you can't beat them, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody's giving a child a little tap on and correcting a child or even speaking to a child in a very stern format is considered abuse. So Trinidad has adapted a different culture, where long time culture was, hey, stop that or else, and your child pause. Now they have learned this new way of the American, and now that they know that we come back to corporal punishment.
Yeah.
It's out of our school system, just like the United States. Then we have an issue going on there, right? Where teachers now, they know the children are not stupid. They know that the teacher can't school them, can't correct them, can't tell them, hey, go in and sit there. You know what I mean? Oh, that's abuse. So you're breeding a different culture
Yeah.
in a different society, which is Caribbean society. From Jamaica, come back down to Trinidad. From Cuba, come back down to Trinidad or Tobago, whatnot. They know about certain behavior with children.
Correct.
If your grandparents telling you, come here and sit down in church and you're not paying attention and ring your ears, that's abuse. No, you can't ring a child ears. The problem is in society is that they follow fashion too much. And because of this, there's also a breakdown. There's several different points of breakdown, as we agreed in the last show. Nuclear, single parents have it very hard.
Yes.
Now, I respect single parents for one reason. Single parents have the job of two parents.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, a person may not be a single parent because they want to be that. Sometimes the wife might pass away, not just the father or the mother. Right? Because some people have the notion that a single parent is somebody who just have children with different people and they turn a single parent.
Yeah.
No, circumstances also create single
Correct.
parents.
Yeah.
Now, when a single parent has 2 or 3 children, that job is much more demanding
Yeah.
on them to maintain. You have a phone, you have a tablet, you give them the phone, the tablet, so the tablet and the phone become the babysitter. What are they watching on the tablet and the phone?
Correct.
You're watching American knowledge.
Exactly.
People don't like to admit that mental programming is real, it is real. And you're seeing it today.
Yeah.
It is a holistic kind of approach we had to deal with
Yes.
in terms of trying to bring back or put back structure into the children.
Correct.
Watch this, we have these radio stations
Oh, good.
playing music that is literally encouraging the young ones to become, the young fellas, the young male,
Yeah.
to become gangsters.
Yes.
And
Operating a gangster-like
Correct.
behavior.
Yes.
Not-
Likewise,
Likewise,
the female
is
put your foot somewhere high. You understand what I'm saying?
So the boys
and
have
wear the
to
shortest
respect the
clothes.
girls.
And if you don't, and peer pressure is a serious thing.
Yeah.
For a
Yes.
young adult, you going to school and I remember when I went to Form 1, right? And when I went in Form 1 and I meet a classmate, of course, and we were talking, and no teachers in the class, and everybody talking. We knew we getting to know each other and whatnot and thing. And one of the students asked me, a female student asked me, so the conversation was kissing and so on. so I was like, but that's for adults.
Yeah.
In Form 1.
Because that's what you know.
You understand what I'm saying? A Form 1 child now will do a thesis for you on sexuality. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
So until we had to address the airwaves here. We have to address that. It is crucial. You see, YouTube, radio. We don't have much television because everybody has cable in the home and so on. So we had to deal with YouTube. We had to deal with the airwaves. We have to deal with, you're going down the road, driving, minding your own business. Sunday evening, you and your family taking a drive. You have a 10-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son driving, going down the road, and you reach by a bar, and somebody rolling with nothing on, like a tire going down the road, and this kind of music. So that is not becoming of a good society,
Yes,
of a
Agreed.
good culture. That is not. Is what you put in is what is going to come out. You know,
That's
you
correct.
can't put water in your barrel
And expect
to get
coffee.
juice.
Exactly.
So, coffee, yes, 'cause I couldn't do
Exactly.
it. So that's the thing. So we had to deal with this holistically. Every single division or department of state, as well as the community, have to come together, and everybody had to put their 5 cents in to make up the dollar. It's not going to come from one side only.
This is where social development should have had a program that enlightened into the children, into the schools, right? Now you have different entities from different countries coming into our country to tell us, right? This is how to grow your children. They don't have culture like our culture. They can't understand our children.
Yes.
So
exactly.
why would you be taking advice in the school educational system from a foreign country? Europe is completely different to the United States.
Yeah.
United States is completely different to Trinidad.
Yeah.
Jamaica is completely different to Trinidad.
Correct.
Right? Barbados is completely different. What you know, what you have to do is what you have to deal, as he said, go back to that old school structure that we had
Correct.
before. We used to have RA, or was it
Religious
RI?
education.
Religious
Yeah.
instruction.
Instruction.
Where did that disappear?
And I think in some schools
It's
there
still
are,
there.
Yes,
but
some
it's
school,
not.
but
It's
maybe
not as
countryside.
popular.
No.
It's not as popular. But what also, you see, I don't mind. You come into the country and you teach fundamental things,
Right.
but you know what? Don't change it fully and completely to their style
Right.
and their culture. Remember, we have our own uniqueness,
Yeah, correct.
and if we use the fundamentals and we use it and adapt it, but you know, make sure it fits and it aligns to our society,
Yeah.
right? We can make it work. I mean, I don't know how present the Parent Teachers Association is in schools these days, but I know, being my mom, being a part of the Parent Teachers Association, she was actually the president of the Caroni Region Association,
Right.
and being a part, she was always in my school, always in my
my parents were always in the
exactly, right? And she ensured that other parents seek their child's interest by attending meetings,
Yeah.
being aware of your child's whereabouts, being
Yes.
aware of how your child is doing in school.
The teachers used to give a report
Exactly.
to your parents when they come to parent-teachers meeting.
Exactly.
And if you don't do your homework for a particular class,
Thank
the parent
you.
could come home and say, but I've been sending you to school for a certain amount of time.
That's
What
right.
were you doing with the homework?
That's
yes, I
right.
saw you doing homework last night, but why you didn't do Miss so-and-so homework? Why?
What is
or Miss
happening?
John or Miss Jane or Mr.
Yes,
so-and-so.
exactly.
And I am telling you, that's why I brought up the last time in the conversation, that your nails, they used to have you in an assembly first. Your nails, your
They look out.
shoes, your
Yeah.
socks, your ribbons,
Hold it
your,
out.
your
Hold it out.
uniform,
Yes.
your hair. If your ribbon missing, they call in your parents. Where is that?
No,
in the-
even
in the
your
Congo?
sneakers.
Even
Your
your
sneakers
sneakers,
had to
you
be
can't wear
black
or
or white. It have no
Something.
color.
And
It
if you
gotta
had
be clean in the morning.
no, and if it wasn't, if it didn't have whitening on those shoes and the shoes looking tattered, you get pulled out of assembly and sitting down by the
Exactly.
principal office till your parents come. They want to know why your clothes wasn't ironed and all these things.
Exactly.
It's also the school also is away like a parent away from a parent.
Yes.
Now, the teachers we have now, I don't think they know that old school.
They don't. I don't think that they have that interest.
They lost it.
Yeah.
Coming down the road.
Somewhere
Yeah.
down the
Lost
road, it come
And-
like it's just a job.
Yeah. and
Yes.
It's a fault.
We
Yes.
have to go back to the fact that
But have some passion in it.
not one entity, be it the parent,
Yeah.
the school mistresses and
It's a combination.
and so on. It cannot be just the
Yeah.
pastors or the police.
Yeah.
Because policing is not the way forward in dealing with
I
any sort
am-
of crime.
I am-
Well, we did that today at the Roselle School. Now, I don't know if I agree with what you just said because I listened to it. I don't know if I agree with blaming the teachers.
No, I'm not saying
no,
blame
no.
teachers. No, I'm not saying that.
That's what come across as blame the teachers.
No, I'm not saying to blame the teachers. The teachers try what they learn, what they know, what their spectrum
And
is.
I still disagree there. The teachers are given mandates from the ministry.
Yes, I agree.
The
Well,
ministry
then-
dictates them.
well,
Yeah.
then
That
there's
is
a
A teacher could go
breakdown.
in with whatever good intention
Yes,
or whatever
that is
structure
true.
she feels might be deemed better
Better
for the
for
environment.
students.
And when she go in
It
and
could be
she
shut
follow her
down.
structure, she had to follow her structure.
Correct.
And if she is keeping up to that
But then-
curriculum, that's
but then-
problems.
I'm not blaming the
Exactly.
teachers. The teachers are working what they have, right? But the old school teachers used to know how to maneuver and deal with each child a different way or different situations a different way.
Yeah.
I still think that happens. I still think that.
No, there are good teachers, and I'm not saying no.
No, I mean in general, I still think that
Right.
a lot of teachers work
there-
with what we have and
But there
try
are some
to,
teachers who dress very sexy and come to school. And those little young boys now looking at them like, ooh.
especially the Spanish teacher.
I don't know what our Spanish teacher was a very serious Spanish teacher.
Yes, mine
But-
as well.
Yeah.
Mine as well. She was very
Mine was
stern,
an old lady,
and she
so-
was she played Miss.
But I think there is
Wait, David,
a fallout
excuse
somewhere.
Miss Busby Montenegro. Let me tell you that my Spanish teacher, she was stern and she put
Yeah.
her feet down when she spoke. And the first class we went with her, she was no nonsense. And I think teachers, presently, I know some teachers are as the same as before, but you know, when teachers instill in a child discipline, in school, a child knows that when I enter those gates, I know that I have to fix myself and not to play around. When I leave,
that's when you enter.
When I
school.
enter,
when you leave is a separate situation.
That's it.
Also, bear in mind, the parent have to instill that principle.
That is the point.
The parents say, hey, don't let it tell you and do you what they want.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not just that. It's the fact that parents today are not involved in children's lives.
That's correct.
That is the main problem.
I agree.
Parents today are not involved.
That happens for a reason. It is a societal breakdown.
You could look at it as such,
2 or 3 jobs,
and you can look at it as such, but the neglect is from the parents. I'm not going to blame the state here,
I'm not blaming the state either.
I'm not looking at a societal breakdown either.
Why?
The problem is parents are not involved in their children's lives. We have young parents today. I'm not blaming the state for the young parents.
I am not saying the state. The state have
when I go and push whatever in a young girl and I bring out a child, that is my onus to take responsibility.
Watch this, David.
The nucleus is what we go back to.
All right, that is the breakdown. Because at the end of the day, children are going to look at it as your problem. You ain't fix that. You ain't deal with. That's why I listen to everybody.
Absolutely correct. And let me tell you this as well.
But I'm not saying it's
going to go real far back,
Yeah.
Because watch this. You make a child now. You know what you put into that child. You could put what you want in you, and that is what you got from your mom.
Correct.
But now it have a breakdown coming along the way. Single parent, drugs, peer pressure. We have having to fall out of school and go to work, so you lose. Education is a serious thing. If you don't have knowledge and education, you cannot instill what you don't know into someone. Also, bear in mind as well. Right? Some people, they don't have academic knowledge, okay? But they have life experiences, and they see better and they want better for them children, their children. So they push their children and they look for all avenues and opportunity to push the children in that direction. However, there are a lot of parents that don't understand the importance. Understand is the key word here. Understand the importance of education, not just academic education, but life skill education.
I see that he have kids, and that is for when they come out. That is the end product you're gonna deal with. That is, I'm sending you to school to get an education for when you come out to do something. We're talking about the in between here, I'm not talking about the come out process after. If it is that I as a parent take full ownership and full responsibility with my child, and I know I see her, you tell me go to break. If I take that responsibility to my child and my child still come out and do SHIT, then we can talk about that. But you have parents today that not involved at all. I remember one time I come home late, my mother asked me why I reach home late. I said I was at the library. Who sent you to the library? Cut us one time. You don't have that again. That is the problem right there. That is why a child can hit a principal down to the ground and get away with it. The only time the ministry come in with is expulsion, which is not going to work. Because the end product is another gangster. All right, and another gangster because of the neglect at home from the parent. When you ask yourself why we have so much school fights recently in Trinidad and Tobago, even from before, it's come down.
We are a society that do not take responsibility for action.
Correct. Don't say society, because we ain't going to understand. Say the people don't take it. The people does not do it. You see, one of the problems we face in Trinidad and Tobago, why we still have the repeating government, that same UNCPNM is the people want it so. I don't think it's the society. I think in general the society wants something different. As a people on a whole.
As a people on a whole, they want something different. Okay, I get what you're saying with the structuring of the wording. Right, but we mean the same.
Almost.
But I understand what you're saying. The factor of it is that yes, your parent may have cut your tail when you come home, but there's another factor that it didn't incorporate in. A parent can do the best that they can do.
For the end product, we know.
But
the
a child also has their own mind.
Correct, 100%. But what we're looking at today, that is what I'm looking at now.
Right, so
I'm looking at tranquility and the school fight and the knocking down of the principal. I'm not blaming state.
Because you can't blame the state for that. That is parent, how to say it? It's like turn out sponges. What they see is what they're going to learn. What they experience is what they're going to bring out.
But what about the neglect? That's what I'm talking about.
So the neglect comes in when you have people who are frustrated, no jobs, no different things. There are many different.
And
things.
that
also-
falls back on the child.
The parent.
It falls back on the
what
child
is-
too.
And it also comes back to the point: what is given to that child is what that child is going to give their child.
100%
And
agree.
if the parent no, I make a child no, and I'm a slacker, and I'm neglecting that child.
Yeah.
That child gonna pass on that to the next
Exactly.
generation.
Because
that is what I know.
Because that's what they know.
Yeah,
Lack of
that's what
knowledge.
they know, lack of knowledge.
Therefore, we have to find a way to be
to-
able to
to-
deal with that socially as well. But we have
You
other
see?
aspects.
Again.
And I like that you say that, because one of the fix that I 100% disagree with is fixing the head face. 100% disagree. I don't think that getting rid of PNM or UNC going to fix that
Right.
problem immediately. You know what I think will fix that problem? To fix that problem, you need to recognize what the main problem is faced, and that's
Yeah.
neglect at home. How do you stop parents from neglecting each other at home? Getting rid of a government and paying in a new government ain't going to change
not
that
fix
That's
at
a
all.
psychological
That's
thing
correct.
you're talking there now.
correct.
I don't want to go in. I don't want to
Psychology
say.
is a serious thing.
I think holistically trained, I need a culture change.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
whole, put them in a machine, wash them, put them back out. Everybody, no, not one man left out.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Dion, I agree, and to the point where we have to remember these things. You know, like in the Bible, it has the Old
Oh
Testament.
God, well,
and
we
the
taking
New right? And they always say you never neglect the old, because
Right.
there are principles there that you still have to use in today.
Yeah.
Right? So you see where they had deans and they had the PTA involved, and they get
Correct.
what you call it, as you say, social development.
Yeah.
The PTA would be liaising with social development and
Yeah.
these other
I say shut down the
ministries.
ministry, you know.
I tell you,
Watch
with these
that.
ministries,
I'll be honest.
to work with children in the schools,
Yes.
and now it's like it's nowhere to be found. PTA, where is the Parent Teacher
PTA.
Association?
Let me tell you as well, Precious, two things there. The PTA has lost its power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Teachers has lost their
its
power.
power,
They don't
yes.
have any power.
I feel sorry for them, you know.
We're using the word power very slightly because we know it have excessive, excessive
Yes.
power. But the point is they lost the power. They cannot scold children.
Yeah, they can't.
And the PTA, I am telling you about a school in my community, okay? So the PTA president is as weak as a doornail. He will go inside the meeting and he cannot raise no issues, because I don't know if he's fearful of the principal or the teachers. I don't know if he is trying to be biased so that he could come out looking good so his children or child will get more favor. I don't know what it is. But he's useless.
But the thing is,
Useless.
they have to remember the name of it says it all.
Yeah. Parents.
Parent Teachers Association.
Yeah.
So that means we have to work together.
That is correct.
Right?
I still
For the
see
welfare of the
everybody just
child.
talking about school, and
No.
not family at home. This
Let's
has nothing
work
to do
with
with
family
this.
at home,
Very
because
No,
I don't
parents,
see it.
no, listen.
David, I agree.
David,
just
I
go
agree
say
with
it.
you,
I
but
just
listen
go
to
say
me. School is a child's way from
That's home. That's home.
But the teachers also become their parents for half of their
100,
lives
agreed.
too. This is where we spoke about the Phillips policy, where the child starts from a certain age, keep going
Yeah,
constantly
in that
into
school,
one
in that
school,
school, yeah.
so they don't have a change of environment.
Yes.
Right? Now, a quiet child that may come from a very reserved home might end up with a child from a very rough home when they interchange schools.
But then let me
That's
talk.
another picture. But
let's-
this is what I'm saying, because different parenting, different backgrounds, different situations.
Well, I got to say that the different background, different situation, because I'm gonna
Right.
bring in race in this again.
You're going
Because
again.
the people gonna raise it.
Yeah.
Down south gonna say, well, how come that don't happen down here in the abundance and it does happen up on the north side in abundance?
It happens
Yeah.
because
It is a
all
breakdown in
schools-
homes.
Family, I agree.
The family homes broken
Well,
down in the African community.
Yes.
The
And-
single parents,
good.
the
So-
this, the
so
that,
then-
the
so
other.
then-
How you fixing that?
So
Tell
then
me.
we are saying,
David being
David,
devil's advocate tonight.
you are saying that
I'm telling you,
solely the family is responsible. The home is responsible, yes?
I would say 90%, yes.
90%.
90.
Okay.
I agree is the larger factor. I wouldn't say 90%, but watch this. So if we're saying 90% is the family, and we understand that there are a lot of parents, young parents now, don't have any sort of. Some of them don't even have the knowledge to communicate.
Correct.
They can't even speak. You understand what I'm saying? They can't
Yes, so
express
true.
themselves. So how are we going to fix that if we're going to deal with that? If the parent in itself has to instill something in that child that they are going to have, how are they going to instill something in that child that they don't have? The grandparent probably done die and gone. The grandparent probably was the same as this parent now.
It's like a generation.
So then,
jump.
what we have to get involved here now is the state. The state must take up the responsibility of manning the ship and bringing their society to order.
Yeah.
Because it is out of order.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I said, I'm saying it again.
Ministry of National Security, you understand, both of them have a crucial part, and Ministry of National Security, not from a policing standpoint.
But long time the police service used to have those old men in the khaki pants and the horsemen. And from what my grandma told me, if a policeman saw a child like walking on the road with no parent or anything like that, they would actually take the child back to the station.
Yeah.
Yeah. And put the child face and thing down time on a little poster. And when the parent come in, they want to know why you have your child out on the road by themselves, unattended, and the parent getting scolded by the police.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It don't even have that again.
No.
It doesn't.
And that's not because of the
have
law, that's just because of
Law.
negligence.
Because
all along the way.
You know,
all along the
instead
way.
now the kind of children that they have now, the police treating them like if they are the children is criminal too.
Yeah.
It's like a rough up situation.
But for his point, go to the state. Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, there is a larger issue to deal with this.
Well, when I can say just now, you're playing them.
Because I still don't agree that the state is.
But they have to play a part
David,
too.
I know somebody tell me consider the same scenario.
What is tell you?
A gentleman told me, an elderly gentleman, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Tell me,
state.
no, he tell me, lock up all the children.
I saw a person lock
them.
up all PNM people.
I am saying
What?
you cannot prosecute
That person being
15 and 16-year-old when they have a criminal record against them later on. At this stage, they don't even understand what they're doing. When they reach 30, they'll sit back and say, "Well, which stupidness I would have done when I was 16."
Yeah.
They don't understand what they are doing.
and it will damage
And
their,
life
it will
experiences
damage
will
their-
teach them
Yeah.
when maturity steps start to come in. They'll be like,
when the light bulb ticking. Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you put a criminal record on them, they can't travel, they can't get a police job,
they can't get
army
a job,
a
they can't get
good
anything.
job. You understand what
That's
I'm
why I
saying?
suggested from the last show that when a child reach a particular age, they had cadets. And then
Yeah.
you join
Yes,
them.
and,
Then you join them
and,
into either you make it like a
Scouts
mandatory
and all
situation.
that.
Yeah.
Scouts, cadets, and then you make it mandatory that they learn to go into the police force or the army and they train. So just like Venezuela have all the women, the men trained.
No, I would
it would
say
help them for discipline.
I would say yes
Discipline,
up to
yeah.
a point. I would say yes.
Because
up
my
to the
disagree on
point.
the last show too. Go ahead.
Why?
Disagree on the last show
Why?
too. Because it will create a police state with this
Exactly.
kind of.
I would.
No,
and that's
no,
why I
no,
said
no,
I will go yes.
America gives the option of
But
you can
we
choose
can't
to.
really
Be
adapt
reserved, yes.
everything that.
No,
that we
I'm
have.
not saying.
So
I'm saying we could adapt it, but
There's an
I'm saying-
island.
I'm
We have a
saying-
regiment.
Exactly. So I'm saying
No, no.
yes up to the point of the army, inducting them into the army. We don't need army. Forget that. You see the scout and the cadet.
Yes.
We can make that
teach
mandatory.
discipline, and we
Yes,
stop
that's
that
it.
there. Once you reach 15 or 13 or whatever, you
Yeah.
join the scouts, you join the cadets.
Or you join
when
the
you reach
cadets.
18, you leave, but you have
But you
to
can
join.
choose to do what you want.
Yeah.
You could either join the cadets, you could either join
Yeah.
the thing there, you could join dancing. Dancing brings discipline.
Discipline.
We
Yeah.
should say a curricular activity.
That brings
must.
But
discipline.
best
because
village,
you have
that
to-
was the rule of
chess.
best village in a lot of schools.
Chess.
Exactly, you understand?
And
These-
it is
There
understanding
were
what.
competitions. Listen, David, just now. There was a competition years ago for different schools. I know this. I had a teacher named Miss Kwao. Miss Kwao used to teach bamboo dancing. You know what bamboo dancing
No,
is?
tell me.
You see?
And anything that you
It's
do
part-
have
it's part-
discipline.
no, but it's part of Best Village. And what it did, it brought all different schools together in Queen's Hall for a general countryside cultural competition with
Right.
different schools. And you used to get the permission slip from your parents to go to do this. Right? And then you go there and you compete against Rosary or somebody from quite in Rose Hill or South, Central.
Right.
You go in as a competition and the best school wins. You had belly dancing,
You know-
flambeau, you had the bamboo dancing is like doing the bamboo, but you have to know how to do it in a time, you know, so you have to get a job.
I
yes,
have some
yes.
crazy thoughts.
So my thing is, all those things used to help girls
Yeah.
enter discipline
Yeah.
and to teach them also to about the culture. Back in those times, you had things like you could do marbling, all those things. You see them white up thing they come there now with? That's nonsense. Because I'm tell you why you used to learn that in school. You could learn to do tie-dye, all those things. It had a part in the art that you used to learn to do
Yes,
these things.
exactly.
Right? So instead of going forward, they're going backward into I don't know what.
I have some crazy thoughts as it pertains to young children. We're encouraging them to compete against each other. I don't like that personally. This is my stance. I am saying we need to take competition out of the academic structure, out of the growing structure. When you have people competing at a small age against each other, it brings separation. It adds another division between them. So
Okay.
it takes away classism and all of that. If I feel I'm better than you,
No, I don't.
right?
I don't say because there was girls who used to be in Malik.
It encourages
those girls are well dance.
teasing.
I would only
unethical
agree
behavior.
with I would only agree with grades. That's all. Take away a
Grades,
CA.
of
That's
course.
all. In terms of academics and sports,
Yes.
What about football, brother?
They love competition.
No, that's up to all. I'm not a football fan, but stay tuned. Hold on. We really have to take a break here. But when we come back, Kizelle Jackson. We'll go to Kizelle Jackson real quick before we wrap up because it's already 7:54. We start late because somebody on my left, your right was late. So stay tuned, Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be back.
It wasn't
It is somebody.
I think it's Shaggy. It
It
wasn't.
wasn't me. So stay tuned, Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be back right after this.
Everybody listen up. On the 19th of November, Philip Alexander and his team will be at the Bamboo Settlement on the 19th of November. That is in the next 2 weeks. I'll come out. Wherever all living, if I live in Gasparilla, Pinal, Debe, Faizabad, wherever, Port of Spain, Bitom, Silots, I'll come out and I'll hear Philip Alexander and his team at the Bamboo Settlement on the 19th. Remember, Philip Alexander is the only man who could fix it. We fed up at the corrupt politicians. We fed up at gas going up and calling him but laughing at we. We fed up at the grocery prices going up. So much so that Lisa could walk in the supermarket and check the damn cashier because she frustrated. We fed up at the government breaking the rules and promises to us. But then we need to support Philip Alexander. We need to vote Philip Alexander for the next general elections.
Vote PEP. On November 19th, tell them we go fix it. We go fix it. We go fix it. Come out in your numbers. We go fix it. We go fix it. We go fix it. PEP go fix it. No jobs, no safety, no water, no justice, no accountability, bad roads, corrupt politicians, no more. We're going and fix it. It's time.
Parental Homes, a loving, safe, caring senior care living facility where your family becomes our family. Our experienced caregivers are trained and overseen by our registered nurse who has years of experience in psychiatric nursing and working with geriatrics. We provide a safe living environment for your loved ones. Come and visit us. We are located at 4 Roads in Diego Martin, Parental Homes. We are family. View us on Facebook, Parental Homes. Contact us at 684-2873 or 468-3186.
Touch Tactical Enterprises Limited, located at Ramguli Trace, North Montplaisir Road, Cunupia. They wholesale and retail cellular phones and cellular accessories, smart home automation products, portable Bluetooth speakers, office chairs, and ideal gifts for the young generation. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Find them on Facebook and Instagram at Tactical Enterprises or call 716-2900, 469-9900 or 325-0000. Tactical Enterprises Limited, Ramguli Trace, North Montplaisir Road, Cunupia, where style meets technology.
JC Men Gen Couture and Studio 52, your one-stop shop that meets all your needs. From men's clothing to women's fashion, it's all here under one roof. This is shopping galore and fashion with a difference at Studio 52. Come visit us. We're located at Penco Street, Chaguanas, or call us today at 1-868-775-1747.
Darren's Air Conditioning Services. Professional services at affordable prices. They have air conditioning units starting at $2,700 with free delivery, installation, and Wi-Fi ready. We supply Pioneer, Lennox, Comfy, and Infinity, all at unbeatable prices. Servicing of a 12,000 BTU at only $150. Don't forget to check them out on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So contact Darren's Air Conditioning Services at 749-8245. Darren's Air Conditioning Services. Professional services at affordable prices.
Welcome to the Pharmacy Hub, located at 1A Jenningham Junction Road, Chaguanas, opposite the Charlieville gas station. Come on in and get 10% off all prescription and 20 to 30% off selected dispensary medication. At the Pharmacy Hub, we have a wide range of over-the-counter drugs to provide the best quality of health and fitness to you. From personal care items to stationery and toys, the Pharmacy Hub has got you covered. The Pharmacy Hub, providing the best care at the best time to you.
Welcome back everyone to What's Next, and we are joined again here tonight with Adana Richards and also Shadow MP Dion Richards. And before we go back in, no relations. Yes. Before we go back into our discussion, I just want to mention to you guys the Moruga Women's Arm. Yes, guys, the Moruga's Women's Arm, we're having our first barbecue fundraiser that is going to be held on the 26th of November. So we're asking each and every one of you that is viewing, please support our fundraiser. It will be held in Moruga, but if you just want to contribute to a ticket, if you're from the East, if you're from the West, if you're from Central, you can support the fundraiser that we're having on the 26th of November. So if you'd like to get any tickets, you can head down to our headquarters, number 14 to 17, Victoria Square, Park Street North, Port of Spain, or you can contact myself, 298-4852, and we will arrange for you to get tickets in your hand. All right, so we're back to our discussion, guys.
I could get a ticket.
Sure, David.
You're not paying for this,
You're
right?
not paying for this.
So, outside of that, on the 19th of November, the Progressive Empowerment Party is having its public meeting.
Yes.
This is a response to the budget. I don't know how, the budget gone a long time. Yeah. So, but we're having our public meeting. We're inviting each and every single one of you in Trinidad and also in Tobago to come down. We are not doing accommodations for people coming from Tobago, because we can't. But come on down to the public meeting the 19th of November. I believe doors open at 12 noon.
Yeah.
And the event starts at 5 p.m. So come on down, meet the political leader, Philip Edward Alexander, meet Precious CRUICKSHANK. Get your tickets there as well. She'll be there selling the tickets.
Yes, get your tickets, guys. You'll see a booth. We'll have a booth. The Women's Arm will have a booth. You can come and purchase your tickets and come and see each and every one of us. Come and see David Welch.
I won't be there. Well, come see Precious. Adana will be there. there. I'm hoping Dion Richards, Shadow Member of Parliament, Maruga Tiblan will be there at the event as well as the political leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party, Philip Edward Alexander, will also be there at that event. Now, maybe, I think Kizel Jackson is a part of the PDP, correct?
PDP,
Yes.
she's a
Right.
deputy political leader.
Deputy political leader.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, the deputy political leader of the PDP will be on Rum Shop Talk come tomorrow.
Oh.
Hey!
Right? Hi. What's in
You're cats out of the bag.
Of course. So she will be here in studio, right here where I'm sitting now, tomorrow for Rum Shop Talk starting at 5 p.m. So look out for that with the political leader, Philip Alexander, Stephen Matheson, and Selvon Richards. Oh, is Richards?
No.
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
There's a couple on this side, give me man. So,
Well, I might get a key to turn on every show.
But let me tell you why Kizel Jackson will be here tomorrow, and it's based off a clip that she did. Now, what we have here, and I can share it out to y'all on this side. What we have here, Trinidad and Tobago, is a letter that was sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions by the Progressive Empowerment Party. Now, we delivered this letter on November 2nd, I believe is when we would have delivered this letter to the Director of Public Prosecutions at about 12, I believe 12 or 2, I can't remember the exact time. But we delivered this letter based off, this is not why she'll be here actually, but Gary Griffith would have disclosed some very, very crucial information to the general public that says that the Prime Minister offered him $45 million or so to go after people in political parties, figureheads in political parties. Now, that is a damning allegation.
Of course.
Now, as far as what I understand, we did a press conference here just the other day, on Friday. We did a press conference here, and I don't know if I can say what is happening, what Gary Griffith is trying to do, who he's trying to silence, but Gary Griffith, we're not taking it lightly. We are going to go after, and we're going to, not after you, we're going to go after the information that you would have released.
Correct.
That information that you would have put out, because that is some serious allegations against the Prime Minister. And if a Prime Minister offered a Commissioner of Police money to go after political figureheads in political parties, then that is definitely a dictatorship. But Kizel Jackson will be here based off statements made by the Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, on the issue of Rose Hill. All right? Now, we spoke about corporal punishment. We spoke about all of that at schools, but one of the issues also at schools in these quote-unquote hotspot areas is crime and criminality, gang violence. You know, the Commissioner of Police saying that we have, well, I think it's the Minister of National Security actually saying that there's 108 illegal firearms that they know of in Trinidad and Tobago, but they can't go after anybody with these 108 supposed illegal firearms.
David, this thing is a real, I think the problem we have in Trinidad is too much of old talk. You understand what I'm saying? If we are aware that we have, at one point they say 30,000, another point they say 50,000, well, they say another figure now. If we know that we have that amount of illegal firearm in this country, we don't manufacture firearm. Every single corner in Trinidad, you can go and buy drugs. Illegal drugs.
Yes.
We don't
Don't say that. We don't go and buy it to the give my blunt.
You understand what I'm saying?
Like I just do it.
Right? So my point is, it have to be coming from outside of Trinidad.
Course.
Yes.
Of course.
All you have to do, you have a bucket on that tap, and you turn it on slow, and it keep dripping, and it will fill the barrel. Eventually, you take a cup and you dip out some. No problem. So they lock up two fellas, they get a little bit of marijuana here, a little bit of drugs here, a two gun here. Oh, they make a big scene on TV. They working, the police working what?
Somehow.
The barrel is, the bucket is going to be full to the brim again because the inlet come in.
Well, they don't arrest anybody for it.
The only thing you have to do is to lock off the valve, stop it from coming. It's not that hard. Trinidad small. Lock off Trinidad. lock it off.
Now,
It can't come.
it's not a matter of just data, Dion, because these drugs, guns, and all that they're talking about now, not only coming in via the illegal ports. I think it coming in the illegal ports in the minority, not in the majority.
I agree.
I think the ports of Trinidad and Tobago bringing in the most, the legal ports of entry.
Good.
And all we need to do is regulate that.
Good.
But they have a prime minister that want to privatize it,
Good.
thinking that that would make a difference.
Very well.
Now, we don't want to go to the United States and ask for assistance like that to maintain our ports, to secure our ports. And Philip had the best idea.
Yeah.
If it is that the US have a great system with securing their ports, then come here and secure ours
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Here's finances to secure ours too. But we don't want to do that. What we want is friends and families must benefit while everybody
Eat our
else
food,
suffer.
live. Yeah.
Correct. Now, and unfortunately, it's trickling down once again, not only to the poor, but also to our children.
Yeah.
And children are facing, children on the ground.
Exactly.
That would
The
traumatize
problem
children.
we're having is the next generation.
Yeah.
That is the
The next
That's what I
generation.
said the last time at our show, and I'm going to say it again. If your future of your nation is not secured, what is left?
Yeah. You don't have a
Let's stop and think about that for 1 minute. If the future of a country, which is the children, are not secure, what is left?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice question. Well, I guess Kizel Jackson has the answer. Because Kizel Jackson had some very choice words for the Minister of National Security. Take a look.
Oh, go ahead.
I am Kizel Jackson, and to the Minister of National Security, Mr. Fitzgerald Hines, Member of Parliament for Port of Spain South, I want to say to you today, F you. You heard me right. F you. F you to your response to those susceptible, young, impressionable children from Rose Hill Primary School in Laventille that were lying on the floor. I can imagine those palpitating hearts and that cold floor, wondering what will happen next. Probably the loosening of the bladder, the fear, the buckling of those knees, because I am a mother first. So to your response state, for you to normalize crime and criminality, I say to you, F you. For your response to be that it is natural for persons to be troubled and traumatized by gunfire, F you. For you, as the Minister of National Security, not to stand for those children as the superhero. They were looking for a superhero to reassure them of their confidence and their secureness in this country, to reassure them that they are safe, to tell them what measures you, the Minister of National Security, would put in place to protect our treasures. They are our little treasures, not the treasury, those young ones. Now, I would say that your response, it was obtuse, it was heartless, it was callous, it was insensitive, it lacked sympathy, empathy. I would say to you, F you again. And why F you? Because I forgive you. You are human and you err, but you are just a product of your party. And what the PNM represents is the general culture of the group is a disconnect, is a culture that lacks sympathy for the suffering of people today. The PNM party, and by the remarks, the general public remarks that are being made by various ministers, starting from the head of the fountain, trickling down, is one that lacks sympathy and genuine concern for persons of this country, be it the poor, be it the vulnerable, be it the marginalized, be it the people who are looking for you and to you for an answer. Again, I say to you, Minister Fitzgerald Hines, just remember, Kizel Jackson say to you, F you.
If we dare say that in EPP, we dead or no?
That is an statement.
They're hanging out to dry it.
I'm telling you.
It's starting to look like a piece of soulfish.
Like Dion.
Oh my God.
I'm joking, don't kill that. But
No, but
yeah,
that's some serious stuff there, but that's some heavyweight.
For real.
Honestly speaking, it is an atrocity. It's shameful. And we as a society have to understand how this looks. This is not about, let me explain it. Money, wealth, games, whatever it is they want to put it as. Bottom line is, internationally, how does this look?
David, you remember when we went to Central?
I don't even remember. I went for a push.
No, everybody
We
got
went
quiet.
to Central when the little small man died in the playground.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were speaking there, and I said, if we don't do something now, it is going to happen again. A day or two after, we had a little child get shot again.
Yeah.
And then we have
The
in
Digger
Rose
Martin
Hill now.
situation. No, the Digger Martin situation.
Right.
Poor child there.
Yeah.
Right. So then we have Rose Hill now, where these children have to lie down on the ground on that table,
like
trying to break some of the same thing we're talking about. And where is the Ministry of National Security telling us, okay, stop telling me we have 50,000 guns. Stop telling me that. I don't want to know that. I know my business. You know what is my business? That I can get up in the morning and my child and myself could walk the street safe.
Secure.
Your business is to know the 50,000 guns there, come up with a plan, and get rid of it, and secure me.
Well, I no longer want to hear how much we have, how this, that, yeah. I want to hear what we're doing.
This is it.
What have we
That's
done?
what I just said.
Solution
What
time.
is left? What is left?
We have weak
men
gun laws.
Jesus. She forgot she in the middle of it.
Weak gun laws. We have no proper laws, none whatsoever.
Do we
we have
gun
laws.
Do we have
It
gun
have,
laws?
but
Listen to me. We have laws.
it's-
but it's
Hold
not
on. We have laws on how you could get a gun.
Well,
We have gun laws in Trinidad. We don't have an open
Am I
carry
in
state.
Texas?
No.
no. When she was referring, I'm thinking she referring to when they get locked up with a gun and when.
The gun laws.
But that's
it's
still notice
what
a police
is
officer can plant a gun on you.
Exactly. But what is implemented if you're supposed to
bill,
have a
the bill.
legal firearm, but then the process to get it is long. So you know what? Instead of going through the right way, it's best to go through the legal way because I'll get it faster and I
But
can get
still,
it to
the
the
process to get the
But-
gun is one man approve it.
Exactly.
They're not causing corruption.
Right?
Of course. You can't leave one man to be responsible for something like that. The Minister of National Security, I was watching the news last night, the Minister of National Security said, all serious crimes are done except murder. He said wounding and shooting down except murder.
What?
How does that make sense? This is your Minister of National Security.
It would make sense, Dion, when you finally get yourself a proper PNM education.
Correct.
Right? Get
Correct.
it first now, right?
Correct.
Then come back to the
I
table.
want it, sorry.
But I must say that I will give
There's a whole
the...
about missing. I missed something there.
Of course you did. You
What
know,
is
say
it?
man.
What's a winded? What winded situation? PNM education.
Get it.
Get it.
Get
What's a
it.
PNM
And you will
You want to get one? You want
They
to-
have lack of information.
Yeah.
They just speak.
But I must give them credit, all right? I'm being serious now. No, I'm being serious. I will give the Attorney General credit for coming
No,
up.
he just tried. He tried. Poor man. He tried.
Which one? Okay, it's two of them now. Which one are you talking
Wait,
about?
that's not what it is. How you can have two at the same time? I don't understand.
Just get the PNM education now. So I must give them credit seriously because they finally, the Attorney General finally comes out
Which
to
one?
say, what's his name, boy?
Amor?
Amor, right?
Karen.
General Amor. He
Karen.
finally comes out now to say that police officers will be held responsible for those carrying people to court for no reason and thing. If they are found malicious,
Yes,
they will be responsible.
exactly. They will be, and they have to pay a fine, is it?
But here the thing, here the thing is the getting the law in now that I'm waiting on because they could say it just
Watch
as they
that,
say
David.
pepper spray.
Watch that,
We
David.
can get.
Watch that, David. We spending, I say we because are part of this country too. With Prime Minister say $80 million, 2,500 cameras. And those cameras are to give you information as it pertains to crime. But you can't take that data into the court as evidence. Our laws are structured and are managed under 1978.
So then,
when we had a republic, if you go and sign a document,
so when we had it, you get rid of it.
If you go to sign a document,
when we had
it will literally say from 1978. You understand what I'm saying? So you spend 80 million to buy cameras to get information about crime that you can't take to the court. Because all you have to do is change 1978 to 2022 and change all the laws that is applicable to today.
Now they did say that it is admissible in court. Huh? I don't know about that one. I heard a past law recently and it's admissible in court. Video footage is admissible in court. I think it needs to be approved though. But I think so.
It takes so long.
Wait.
But we do have retroactive laws.
Are we on a popcorn show or something? Because you're talking there, right? And I am hearing that things are so not connected and out of touch and distance between each other. And what is a Mickey Mouse game or something?
Some caramels and pop yet now.
I am trying to
in the
understand.
society too. Some caramels
What
and pop.
What is that? You either fix if you're doing a system, right? Obviously, you need the current, you need a battery, you need backup battery. You would need things in a structure. You can't put the cart before the horse.
Listen, Adana, it had a man. Let me tell you something with a car talk. It had a man down by me in Kane agriculture days when Kane was still around. The man went to agriculture bank. He had some land and in Kane, and he bought a trailer and did not buy the tractor.
Wow.
So we seeing this playing out all the time in our politics. But while this playing out, it costs him money. Not just $2 money, you know.
And I must say yes to that because we just buy the
pitch.
But
cameras before.
And then we don't buy the underfill.
We buy two damning boats, $200 and something million. Park up. I used it just before COVID. Those two boats came in.
Stunned for a second. When their cameras
before.
Of course, there was cameras before.
Yeah.
So what happened to the production of those cameras?
That was a certain contract. I think TSTT had gotten the contract
they
for that.
They buy things, but they don't maintain.
But hear this.
They don't have diesel to run it, and all them kind of do have corn beef to put on it.
I'm wondering, to the outer world, they must say what, but I don't understand what the Banana Republic conversation.
Thank God we migrate and just look at Trinidad.
Yes.
I wonder if they still do that.
Same one trying to keep Trinidadians in Trinidad and tell them thing good enough.
Yes, exactly.
But seriously, we bought cameras. TSTT was given our contract for cameras. TSTT was also supposed to be maintaining those cameras and stuff like that. Now, TSTT was actually doing the job. Government, however, didn't want to pay.
Oh gosh, that's the next
story.
So
they stopped the contract and now they're in court right now with the state.
That's the next story.
Hold on, you ain't catching that. State in court with state.
Yeah.
Because TSCT is partially state-owned or fully state-owned. So state in court with state.
Is this a comedy show? Just now, did somebody put me on a comedy show?
This is a comedy country. And people wouldn't understand that.
This. I am trying to figure out this. People are normally going to bed at night, cutting a piece of steak.
No,
the fix. Going tonight.
The fix is vote UNC. That is the fix.
No, listen to me carefully. You literally tell me people comfortable in high places going to sleep like that.
Oh, yes.
And think they look good to the international market.
I just say, I was talking to someone the other day and I saying
that's okay.
But let me pick up that water and mind we on blast.
That's why I was like, no man, they for real?
Because they state in court with state, fighting whether or not state should pay state for cameras that state says state should put up.
And people classify this normal people normal with this.
They would say it's misinformation. But when you go...
Wait. When you state what is misinformation?
That's what the people would say.
That's what I told you. They adapt everything from abroad.
So if
your problem is... Hold on. Your problem is... You ain't get yourself the PNM education yet.
Yet.
That's true that too.
Because
get first.
Get it first,
State,
and you go understand.
fighting with state, then they say misinformation, right? So the state giving misinformation about the state.
You could
That
go,
is what it is.
You could go to Princeton Police Station.
Pressure, stop it.
And they will tell you they can't get no information from San Fernando Police Station about a matter concerning you. You understand what I'm saying?
Now that is because, Dion, they don't have the computers. They don't have systems, you know.
That's what so we still have file and thing.
Of course.
But no problem.
That's what we still doing.
So all the money spending
No problem.
to implement what, pretend?
Ministry of Digitalization.
Digitalizing what?
The courts. The court gone virtual.
Nothing.
But then in order for the court to get information on you, like the station diary, that is send out the officer back to the station to pull up the station diary to come back to court whenever he want to come back to court and present the station
Somebody
diary.
call me and tell me that.
Stop it.
I'm telling you.
He want to get
Guys,
an extract from the court for a matter that is
You
ongoing.
gotta go into the court for that.
Now, these days, they don't have to go because they can't go in the court.
But you
he
can
had
go
applied
online.
So he applied online.
So correct
They
one,
responded
mark one.
quickly when he
Flashlight.
when
No
he
court.
messaged them
No court
and asked
case.
them for the extract. They responded quickly,
Yes,
and he
I-
got that information.
Yeah, they got
And then he
it, yes.
sent
What-
tell him he
what-
want the extract
That's it.
immediately
How you went to
for
the
someone
bank?
he's dealing with.
That's
And then they
it.
took
Nothing,
2 weeks
absolutely
before
nothing.
they send the extract back to him.
That's how we were going to the
So how does that
databases.
work?
Hold on.
You go right now online to make an appointment for an ID card. Is like wishing and hoping that a star fly and fall in your lap. You ain't going through that.
That is true now.
But that's an old notation. You go to EBC?
Yeah.
Right, you go to EBC. You can't pay for the ID card there. You have to go down to finance.
Yes. wait. Do you know? Sorry, Felicia. Do you know that a map that exactly was told to me literally, and I read it and I was like, EBC is on Frederick Street.
Finance
Finance is
back.
quite down
Yeah.
low there. Why does Trinidad love to scrub foot to pavement, bottom on banks? What's that about? You all want to come first century and you know what Trinidad is good at doing? Putting up curtains around a dirty house. That's what I classify this as. Putting up curtains around a very nasty house.
Yeah, to make it look good from the outside, but,
But when you
inside,
look in and you come in, people like, oh, let's put that curtain back down.
what?
They're serious.
We don't wanna cause the dust to be lifted. We don't want.
But it's a system that everyone has been doing
And
for
they
a long
accept
time.
Yes,
it.
that
And they
is
do.
true.
As I told you the last time, you can go in a place like Canada, sit down in the post office, just like how I am here. Clicks. You hand in your driver's license there. Listen to me. You pay your money. The system comes up, blah, 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 and by the end of the day, they call you back and you collect your new one right there.
But that also, you see, you having to, well, we don't have a system.
That's what I just said. They keep saying we don't have a system, but they keep saying that there is a system.
There is, but it just
It
don't
don't
work.
work. They have a system for everything, you know. Nothing works.
Nothing works.
We could simply say, okay, if you're going by EBC, you pay for your stuff right there one time. But no,
Exactly.
we want to send people down to finance to pay.
And then come all the way back up the road with a paper in your
Or
hand.
Say not your pay.
if they have it implemented, either some computer not working or something not working, so
The
you have to
passion
go
not there.
so you have to go down there.
So now the question is, when you apply, when you're born and you're given your birth certificate and stuff like that, right? You should be given your ID card.
Don't talk birth certificate. Talk with Registrar General Office.
You can't get it.
Boy, days another story.
So,
Days
If you see the
more headache
lines.
than what Panadol company can manage.
If you
Day
see
is
those
pressure. You pass in San Fernando
I don't mean to laugh, oh
Registrar
my
General
God.
Office. People start all by the road every day. So my thing is, you have a manager that division
a beautiful
or whatever.
building with people
So,
like outside looking like
over 3
collecting
years,
rice and
4
things.
years, 5 years, you have a backlog problem. You can't come up with a solution yet as the manager to pull back that backlog. What you need?
You know,
understand what I'm
it's a
saying?
set of useless jobs in Trinidad as well. A set of useless state jobs.
That-
You know, we identify the teachers losing their power. These managers in these state enterprises, I mean, they don't have no power, and there's a structure They can't deviate from those structure. They have to stay on that course, and they can't
And who
question.
create the structure?
Well, of course, the state
Eric
responsible
Williams,
for exactly.
that's
So they
stinking
can't
dirty
change
wretch.
anything. They can't do anything. As I was talking about 1978, we're still running under those laws and so on.
So anyway, stay tuned. Give a break to that, brother. Oh God, Eric, I am very sorry, Mr. Williams. You know, the Trinidad that you envisioned probably was not this. But I'm very sorry, but you're stinking dirty wretch. Shall leave you under the queen, boy. Oh God, she dead now and gone. We might now be getting our independence. Anyway, Trinidad and Tobago, stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.
Trinidad and Tobago, good night. My name is Dion Richards, and I'm the Shadow Member of Parliament from Moruga Tablanc constituency. Tonight, I want to invite Trinidad and Tobago to an event. This event is hosted by the Progressive Empowerment Party at our head office, Bamboo Village, Port of Spain, Grand Bazaar, right opposite the mall. Come over the flyover, you'll see a big playground, and right ahead of that playground, you'll see a big, nice orange banner that says PEP, Progressive Empowerment Party. Right there, you reach. Now, this event is going to be an event that is going to attract everybody of real interest to this country. This event is going to have some speakers there that is going to give you some ideas and tell you what a real budget should have sound like, as well as this is an opportunity for every Trinbagonians. If you live in Mayaro, if you live in Shoguanas, if you live in Toko, if you live in Weidong Point, even Tobago, this is an opportunity for every single citizen of Trinidad and Tobago to use this event and the Progressive Empowerment Party as a platform to vent your disgust, distrust in the present administration. We are feeling the pain. We all are feeling it, whether you're a big businessman to a small businessman to a worker, pensioner. We are all feeling the pain in this country. Living arrangement is not nice for anybody in this country, whether it may be crime affecting you, whether it may be public utilities, WASA, affecting you, whether it may be economic downturn and the high cost of living, food prices, that may be affecting you. Whether that or any other thing, this is the opportunity for Trinbagonians to come and use this platform and talk and say their issues. We are going to work together with the people of Trinidad and Tobago to demand of the state, demand of the government, that their job is the well-being for every single citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. And by rights and the Constitution, they must uphold that part of the bargain. And if they don't, and if they can't, then we are going to force them out of government and replace them with individuals who could. Progressive Empowerment Party is the party that could. So I'm inviting everyone on the 19th of November 2022, this year, this month. Come out in your numbers, invite your auntie, your uncle, your nana, and everybody. Bring your children. It have free doubles, it have free corn soup. Bring everybody. And let us make this a mass event to send a message to the government that it is not business as usual. We demand better, we want better, we know better. Okay? And we are going to have better.
Parental Homes, a loving, safe, caring senior care living facility where your family becomes our family. Our experienced caregivers are trained and overseen by our registered nurse who has years of experience in psychiatric nursing and working with geriatrics. We provide a safe living environment for your loved ones. Come and visit us. We are located at 4 Roads in Diego Martin. Parental Homes, we are family. view us on Facebook at Rachel Holmes. Contact us at 684-2873 or 468-3186.
All right, welcome back on the Inside Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be welcoming you back to go, actually. So it's actually 8:31 now in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you to all of you that joined us tonight. In fact, I have to push the tickets a little bit more. We have the Women's Arm doing fundraiser. They have barbecue on the 26th of November 2022, and I want to implore you to get your tickets. Your number 2984852. Dion as well.
Yeah.
I don't know Dion number. Dion
7207933 or Camellia, which is the Moruga Women's Arm lead, 7214197.
Yes.
Now this song real bad because I am part of the youth. I'm a video annual league. That's the director. It's on top of yeah. See if you get all right. You're getting up to bring it. All right, nice. Try it. Nice. I'm a pay for one. Y'all can't get a sick card?
No.
Oh, shucks, but I can't pay. I can't pay.
Your name good, your name good.
No worries, no worries.
So, but we do accept links. If you come down to Grab and Go, there's links right in front where you can pay links, or you can make an online transaction to the Progressively Empowering People bank account. I don't know the number offhand, but you can contact Precious or Dion and get that banking information. And make it towards the Women's Arm of the Progressive Empowerment Party, all right? So support it, Trinidad and Tobago. Get your tickets now. It's only $55 for chicken or fish. How's delivery going, Precious?
Well, we would arrange delivery in soon coming time. We would organize if it's going to be set up in different hubs for delivery. But as it stands now, it would be in Moruga. So we would look at the option for deliveries in the situated hubs, but it's in Moruga, guys. So if you want to make a contribution, if you can't come down to Moruga, which we would like you to come down because we have a lot more activities in store, but we'll keep that in our pockets until closer time. But if you can't come down, you could make the contribution. As David said, you could get your tickets at the headquarters. We would be accepting links here. Or if you want to make a bank transfer, online transfer, you can just call 2984852 or the numbers that Dion just stated. Repeat it, please, Dion.
7207933 or 7214197.
And we would give you further information. All right.
Now, if you're making that bank transfer, it would be in the Women's Arm name, so the Women's Arm of the Progressive Empowerment Party, so that the Women's Arm would receive the funds. All right. The 19th, talk about the 19th.
The 19th of November, guys, the Progressive Empowerment Party, we are having our public meeting at our Bamboo office. If you're not there, you're going to miss out a lot. You have to be there to experience it all. We would be live, but we want you guys to come on down. We want all the peppers. We want all the spectators. We want everybody. Everybody come down. Come here, our political leader, Mr. Philip Edward Alexander. Come meet with all the leaders within the Progressive Empowerment Party. Come meet with each and every one of your fellow citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who are ready to serve you. Come meet with your shadow MP, Dion Richards. Come meet with your shadow MP, David Welch. Come meet with many others, many others. We have a lot in store just for you guys. So come on down on the 19th of November. You don't want to miss it.
Now, other than just meeting with Philip Edward Alexander, you can also meet with Paul Elias Alexander,
yes,
who was the advisor to the United States government, president, actually, former President Donald Trump. Also meet with Robert Amar, who would also be at that event among other activists and figureheads like that. Yeah. I think Ford can, correct?
Yes.
Right. Ford can would also be at that event. Yeah. I ain't gonna say nothing, you know.
Just come on down, guys. You don't want to miss this event. It's going to be a great big event. It's a grand event. You know, we said it's a budget review, but it's bigger than that. So come on
Well,
down.
you're seeing the flyer up now.
Yes.
You can pay back because I was reading the words there.
It's
It's time for
time.
unity, Trinidad and Tobago, time for integrity, time for a better plan, and time to fix it in general fix Trinidad and Tobago.
Tobago, yes.
All right, Adana wanted to talk about teachers again. She wanted to bant up on the teachers.
No.
She said leave the teacher on the side of the road.
What? I love all my teachers, you know. Hello, right. No, I believe that, I felt really sorry for the principal that fell, you know, and I think that the children should write an apology to her.
Yeah.
As well as, you know, it's not nice to know that you're giving your all in a school and you have children behaving this way, and the children should really say sorry to this principal.
Yes, agreed.
You know, the parents, should, at least bring some flowers for her, apologize, straighten their children out as well too. I think that parents need to also be responsible for some of the children's actions. And until then, maybe things will come out or turn out to be a little better when the parents are held accountable too.
Give them children some community work within that school.
God send them to jail.
No jail. In the school, community work.
Yeah.
They're going to work with the cleaners.
Dion, just now wait. No. I don't agree with that for one reason. It will also make them emotionally disturbed because other students will do that. But if you make a child stand in front of an entire assembly of the entire school and apologize to the principal, that's different.
I'm hearing you.
It shows the level of respect they have to endure to the principal.
I am hearing you, and I think
if
that could be done additionally.
Children passing and heckling them after school, they'll take anger internally, want to fight after, all those sorts of things. I think about it. Yeah.
I agree with the having them apologize and so on.
Brutal, you want them to say it's corporal punishment.
No, it's not corporal punishment.
But I understand the community work in terms, if it's not in the school, they could have they could form like a group in terms of the deans getting involved and help if they have an elderly home around, or if it helps for them to understand why you should respect your elders and get back the principles and the values within them, because it helps. You know, they would feel guilty that this went viral and this happened to them, but sometimes it takes these events to get children back on track, and to help them to understand that it's a learning experience.
I think this is a turning point for a bigger majority of the children that were involved in this scenario.
Now, one of the things to do is send these children to boot camp. We don't have it.
We do have that.
We do have it.
Don't give them an idea to go running and make some kind of money making venture, and children learn nothing.
If those children were involved in cadet and scout, they would not have reacted the way they did.
That's correct what he's saying.
They will have absolute respect for that principle.
I never, in my
history, my time, I don't think I've ever disrespected any of my teachers.
And it's very sad that no one knows.
I have disrespected.
I was a little miserable.
No, I have
not to that extent.
But I have never heard of children knocking down a teacher. If a child knocked down a teacher, I'd always say that they'll stop one time. Or
One time.
We can fight, but don't touch miss.
There's a lot. This is a very in-depth situation. And if we stay here all night, we talk all night. Director X saying, I want to talk all night.
So, you know what?
In closing, I really think that they should do an apology to this.
Yes, agreed.
I agree with that.
And I honestly think that the parents take some form of responsibility too to guide the children to do the right thing.
And you know what they can do?
What's that?
Do a car wash in his school. Get the money. Wait, let me finish. The money from the car wash is to pay for the teachers' medical.
True.
They have to be responsible. You can't label them as criminals, and you cannot label a criminal charge to them. But they have to be held responsible for their
responsibility.
I don't know the car wash.
But the parents have to be a part of it as well. The parents must be a part of it, and they themselves have to teach the children discipline, and this is a form of discipline. All right. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents.
All right, well then, I forget what I was going to say. I was going to say something,
Something naughty.
Naughty. I really
Devil's
forgot.
advocate today.
For real.
I'm not coming back.
So she said. But anyway, I think it was a pretty enjoyable show. I agree with having them go to the school and make an apology, bring some flowers or something, bring some cake.
Something.
But when you're doing that, invite me, of course. You're chairman of the Progressive.
That's right. That's right.
Actually, the youth should try to reach out to the parents of those children.
That's not one more thing.
I told you I can't say reach out to me, you know.
Tranquility has a standard that they had before, you know, and that just diminished Tranquility standard a certain way, you know. Tranquility Woodbrook, those schools have a particular, you know, standing, and you know they kind of the behavior there. They should apologize in a full, full assembly, I believe.
And on camera too, just to set an example for many others. You know, do it with no malice, do it with good intentions. All right. So we'll call for that.
A kind of apology, like the children, the little black boys them on down by the Foreshire with Gary Griffith and him when he was coming.
You gonna make me come anyway? I'm not put in.
I'm just asking.
It shouldn't be something where the principal. It shouldn't be something where the principal call a school assembly. All the children should go to the school assembly and have all the teachers come there and do a public apology there. Ask for the permission to do that, right? So yeah. Other than that,
we mean gooder, and the thing about it is that we need progressive people with progressive thinking. When you don't have progressive thinking, you will come up with nonsense. That's why I probably don't know that lingo, but that you're referring to just I need a schooling, and I don't have time to think.
Because you get UNC education.
I am not into UNC. Why you
always? UNC education.
Hello. Not because listen to me.
How different the UNC education is asking.
Just a little bit.
It can't be different. It's the same thing.
Just a little bit. The proper hospital.
I don't know. But why you always thinking UNC on my case? What is that?
I never say nothing.
I mixed with everything.
That's a problem.
Trinidad and Tobago. Everything mixed up. I don't understand.
Thank you for tuning in.
But Precious want to go too. You see, everybody want to go. Let me direct and then switch to she alone. You know, you said she wrap it up, she good. Go ahead now, Precious.
So thank you so much, Trinidad and Tobago, for tuning in to What's Next. Join us again next week for another episode. David, we did not say what number we're on the episode.
9.
9.
She couldn't remember. You couldn't remember.
Episode 9, and tune in next week for episode 10 on What's Next. Look at that.
I don't know if we'll have a show next week, you know.
We don't know. We'll see.
Know.
What's next?
What's next? What's next? We're not into
Yes.
Anyway, right? Y'all stay safe. Stay safe. Youth Chairman, Women's Chairman. We have flyers for the 26th here at the Bamboo office. That is for Shadow MPs only?
Yeah, for the 19th.
19th,
that's the 26th. Sorry, you see your barbecue on
of course.
I
already.
You have?
Yeah.
All right, so we have flyers that going out. The flyer up on the screen now, we have flyers going out for the 19th. Remember that this event is on. Doors open at 12. Event starts at 5 noon.
If you want to volunteer, to be on any of the booths, you can contact the head office.
Well, the Women's Arm will be in control of food and stuff like that, and the Youth Arm as well. So, you know, that's a plus. We eating everything.
But if you want to donate some beverages, if you want to donate some food, eat anything at all, you can contact David or myself at 298-4852, and David, state your number.
Should be for a nice cause with the children.
David, state your number.
So, you would remember. Get this, her number is 298-4852. I can say that off the top of my head.
I'm being enlightened anyway.
But she don't know my number. I call him Precious every day. She looked at it now. 2824798. So donate.
Precious, we are on the same level with them. I just want to say one thing to the people of Moroga Tableland constituency. 19th. If anybody interested in coming to this event, reach out to me, 720-7933. Reach out to me, message me on Facebook, WhatsApp me, call me, send me a call me request. I'll call you back.
Yes.
And let us full 10 maxi, and let's come up here and support the Progressive Empowerment Party, but more so, support yourself for a better community.
That's right.
Hey,
Thank you.
Glass for that.
Yeah.
All right, people, stay safe, Director. When I go to Director, take me out.
Take us out.
Everybody listen up. On the 19th of November, Philip Alexander and his team will be at the Bamboo Settlement on the 19th of November. that is in the next 2 weeks, all come out. Wherever all living, if all live in Gasparilla, Pinal, DB, Faizabad, wherever, Port of Spain, Bitom, Silots, all come out and all hear Philip Alexander and his team at the Bamboo Settlement on the 19th. Remember, Philip Alexander is the only man who could fix it. We fed up at the corrupt politicians. We fed up at gas going up and color members laughing at we. We fed up at the grocery prices going up. So much so that Lisa could walk in the supermarket and check the damn cashier because she frustrated. We fed up at the government breaking the rules and promises to us. But then we need to support Philip Alexander. We need to vote Philip Alexander for the next general elections.
Vote PEP. On November 19th, tell them we go fix it. We go fix it. We go fix it. Come out in your numbers. We go fix it. We go fix it. We go fix it. PEP go fix it. No jobs, no safety, no water, no justice, no accountability, bad roads, corrupt politicians, no more. We're going and fix it. It's time.